We go 1 of 3 on the 3 best prop bets last week as Claudio Ribeiro by knockout comes through for us, but unfortunately Bilal and Henry Cejudo were unable to get the knockouts in their fights. Unfortunate, but I felt they were close, but they eventually were not. I was expecting Bilal to really push the pace in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round of his fight, but it seemed like that bum ankle really started to come into play. However, he was still able to go out there and outpoint Gilbert en route to a decision victory. And then Henry Cejudo, close fight. I expected him to land a little bit more with some more power. That didn't end up coming through either, but glad to hit at least one of those. Got another 3 for you guys this week, and a little bit chalkier than we're used to seeing, but I feel like these are good spots that we can hone in on to still at least cash our tickets rather than just leaving it up to chance. So hopefully they're able to come through for us as well. And another quick reminder, as I've been doing all week, 5 spots left in the Pioneer tier, saving you 25% off the lifetime of your subscription to the MMA Fight Archive. If you love doing your own research and you want to find these fights without having to scour the web for past fights of upcoming opponents or upcoming fighters, we have it all available for you on the MMA Fight Archive, covering the biggest organizations in the world, including Road to UFC, which goes down this at the ending of May, and then the Contender Series, which starts up in June. We'll have all of those fighter profiles available for you guys so you can do your research easily. Just bookmark the page, hop on the page, and there you have all your links that you need to research and get all the information you need on these fighters to help prepare you and break down these fights so you can come up with a prediction or a bet or however you choose to use it. All right, let's get into these 3 best prop bets. We'll start off with Natan Levy inside the distance over Pete Rodriguez, which is at -110. I feel like Rodriguez will still be suffering from a cardio issue, even though he seems to be in the best shape of his career, coming down to 155 pounds. I think he's going to struggle with the strength of Natan Levy, who should be able to get this fight to the ground without much issue, nullifying the knockout power that Pete Rodriguez possesses, wearing on him, and then eventually finishing him in the 2nd or 3rd round of this matchup. I think it's ultimately going to be a submission, so if you want to hone on that prop specifically, but I'm just going to play it safe here, go with a -110 on the inside the distance, and hopefully that ends on cashing. I think Levy is a far superior fighter. Some people have issues with how wide the odds are. I kind of understand that, but I just don't think that Pete Rodriguez is that great of a fighter. I expect Natan Levy to crush him from that top position probably halfway through this matchup. Second up, a little bit more chalky here, but I feel pretty good about it, considering the striking advantage that Carlos Ulberg will have in this fight over Ihor Pretoria. Ulberg by knockout is currently sitting around that -200 range. Again, chalky. Don't really like playing super chalk on specific props like that, but I expect this fight to mainly play out in the striking realm. Ihor might try to take this to the ground, but I think he's going to struggle to assert that top dominance, which will allow Carlos Ulberg to have fun on the feet and eventually find that knockout probably in the 2nd round of this fight. As long as he doesn't hold back like he did against Fabio Charant and look to try to take the fight to a 15-minute decision, I think Ulberg is in the stage of his career where he really wants to continue to put on dominant performances so that he can start getting talked about in the rankings of the light heavyweight division. Give me Carlos Ulberg by knockout. And then lastly, the way we make Jailton Almeida -500 into a betting spot is taking Jailton Almeida to win in round 1, which currently sits around +100. I think that this is a great spot, knowing the grappling advantage he's going to have over Jairzinho. We know his affinity for dragging fights to the ground almost immediately and smashing these guys from on top, and seeing the grappling advantage he'll have in this matchup, I don't think he'll have too much resistance in terms of achieving that dominant position he needs from either a full mount or even getting the back of Rozenstruik and then either sinking in a choke or finding a ground and pound victory. I think he smashes through Rozenstruik with relative ease here and wins it in the 1st round. Like I said, Jailton Almeida, round 1, TKO just Jailton round 1 +100. I think it comes via submission, if I'm being honest. So if you want to do round 1 via submission, sure, but I'm not going to be that greedy. I'm just going to take him round 1 +100. There you guys go. Reminder, Bellator goes down today as well, so if the card hasn't occurred or it's still going on, check out the predictions for that if you still want to get some action in on that or some insight in regards to that. Also, breakdowns for UFC Vegas 73, which is next week's card, has already started to drop on the Patreon. Link in the description description below if you want an early look at what I'm putting my action towards, or putting my faith in terms of investments and predictions and breakdowns. I got you covered on all of that. Link in the description below for a very cheap price of $5 a month. Best bang for your buck on the market, I promise you that. All right, appreciate every single one of you. Good luck on all your action this weekend, and I'll see you guys Monday again for the next episode of the MMA Lockcast. Peace.